Hi, I'm Mac Williams with San Antonio Triathlete, and today we got local pro professional triathlete Robbie Wade. Robbie, thanks for coming out with us.
Thanks, Mac. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. Right here on beautiful Leon Creek Greenway, and just want to talk to you a little bit about your preseason training going into 2013 and some of your races from last year. I was reading over your race report from San Juan over the week, and you had just kind of indicated, going into San Juan, you had some specific goals going into San Juan based on your performance from 2012. Talk about those for a little bit.
Yeah, 2013 was my third year racing pro, so kind of had a little bit of experience from last year. First year, saw myself as a rookie, so kind of got to learn the ropes. Was a whipping by, and then this year I had kind of high expectations after finishing 24th at the World Championships in Las Vegas last year. So learned a lot, had some good races, had some bad ones also. So this season, my benchmark starting off was trying to get a good race out the gates where it bettered last season. I've been working hard on my swim with my buddy Wes. We've been swimming with Susan Masters Group. So I was kind of excited about getting in the water, getting a good swim in, and just having a good baseline to be able to kind of build off of for the rest of the season. So.
And talking about Wes, last time when my wife met him, when we did the interview, she said he doesn't have an accent. So you're already got some extra cool points because you have an accent. So, but with the swim and the bike and the run, you had some specific goals in San Juan. What were those? And how did you feel about those after the race?
So I kind of like to go into the race with it's hard to say a plan because it's racing. You never know what's going to happen, but at least you want to. The way I said it in my race report was like I wanted to kind of test out how training had gone. We put the work in. I'd been swimming a lot more, so swim I had expectations to swim faster than my fastest swim last season, and it was a non-wetsuit swim, which not being the strongest swimmer kind of probably affected me a little bit, but I was happy enough with my swim. The bike, you never really know. I mean, as I said, it's like you train and train and train, and the real test is on race day, and I think I was a little bit conservative on the bike, but it paid dividends. I had a strong finish to it and came off the bike real strong. And the run is where I really had a kind of expectation because coming from a run background. But what I did was just really threw splits out the window. It was one of those courses where just all about staying strong, being mental, and I ran through the field. And I was happy enough with my run. Time-wise, a little bit off my goal, but on the run. But as I said, the course was tougher than they always tell you. It's a scenic course, and anytime you see a scenic course, you know it's going to mean hills. Right. So there's lots of hills. So
how did you feel going into San Juan, knowing it's a challenging course, and how did you prepare yourself in your training?
I focused on some hill training. I tend to keep it pretty much similar, and I don't really focus for a race course as such. I feel like if you hit all different variables, hit your hills, hit your tempo runs, hit your bike efforts, and I felt pretty good. I was confident. I think I underestimated the course a little bit because, as I said, you can look at the course profiles, and until you get out there, you don't really know what you're up against. So when you're riding it or driving it the day before, so I adjusted my time goal overall a little bit, but I was happy. It was a good, positive start to the season. So.
Awesome. And you had mentioned in your race report too, like the night before, you were kind of looking at the pro field going into it. Third year pro triathlete. How does it feel? Do you adjust things? Are you thinking different things the night before the race when you're looking at a strong headline pro field? Miranda Carfree was there. How does that feel as third year pro and you're going in and you're competing against household names in the triathlon world?
And the funny thing about it is like the Ironman, I think it said it was like the most, I almost feel the race is more stacked on the men's side than it was at Vegas, to be honest. And a lot of guys moving up. And at the end of the day, I mean, there's going to be guys that are challenging for the win, and pretty much your Tim O'Donnell's good, strong performer at every race he does. But I mean, I always look at it as you can't really get intimidated. It's just a list. Those guys blow up too. I mean, you can really only control what you can do, Mac, and I think that's something that I've learned. I remember in college I used to go to races and not really, I was naive. I'd just show up in the start line and run the races, and my coach would come over to me afterwards like, oh, you just beat such and such a guy. And it's like it's easy to look at the list and intimidate yourself, but I think you just, at the end of the day, just realize that this guy's human. I put the work in, and anything can happen on the day, so you make it your day. So.
Can you go back and just basically say trust your training?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You get the confidence from what you've done in training, and you got to believe in yourself. And I mean, no one's invincible on race day, and it's kind of nice, kind of taking some scalps, and that's I always take pride in that way. But a lot of guys had stellar races. Some guys blew up, but a lot of guys raced real well. Hey, as I said, I think I said my goal was to be top 12, and I may have mentioned, I talked about how I adjusted that. Afterwards, I was disappointed crossing the line 23rd, but when I looked at the guys, when you look at the German first, a couple places ahead of me, who's a 2-time Ironman champion in his day, so when a guy like that is only finishing a couple minutes ahead of you, it makes you feel a little better.
Absolutely.
But it's a long season too, so.
Gotcha. And, you know, week after the race, no taper for Robbie Wade. He goes in and absolutely crushes Tall Texan. I mean, what does that say about your level of fitness?
I recover pretty good. It's a thing that's always been my strength, my recovery. I mean, a day after San Juan, legs, body felt good. And I had put in a decent week of training. Actually, I think I took it easy till Wednesday, and then I went swim, bike, run, swim, bike, run, swim, bike, run. And actually, I put in full day pretty much the day before. Tall Texan was nice that I heard about it being a great race, local, and I try to support the community races because they're the ones that, I mean, I get to see my friends at, I get to race close to home, and my wife's able to come along, and so I would say it was a glorified training day, but the weather didn't really make it feel like that. So
it was brutal out there.
It was a tough weather day, but it was good to see people out there that I had seen yourself out there, and a couple of my teammates and stuff. So it was good just to be out there, and kind of I like the local scene, so it was good to be able to take part in that when I get the opportunity. So.
And you raced for Revolution Race Team.
Yeah.
And you were out there and kind of gave your sponsor, Fit Kitchen, one of your guys' sponsor out there, Simon, able to kind of hang out with you. You know, it's got to feel good.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to hang out and, you know, with the people.
Yeah, Revolution Racing Team is, this year is their first year at that team. And I'm excited. As I said, I like local races, and it's a really community-based team with David Nolan being our main sponsor. Alpha Warrior, actually. If you guys haven't heard about it, check it out. Pretty cool new unique event, and everything is San Antonio based. And last year I was on a national team, and this year I'm really excited to be kind of involved in a San Antonio based. Jeannie has done a really good job, and pulling. We're competitive, fun, relaxed guys, so it'll be exciting to see what everyone does this year. So we got some talented athletes, and it's all about having fun. We always joke. So
now, is Revolution Race Team pro team strictly, or is it comprised of top age groupers and leading in?
Yes, I'm the only pro right now on the team, and all the rest of the guys top age groupers, and they're all great athletes, and they've all won a lot of races and placed well in the age group and stuff. So, and again, we have an international flair, so that's I think that's the fun part of the team. But we work hard, play hard. That's what we joke about. So.
Well, your next race, I guess you could say you've got coming up is New Orleans 723.
Yep.
So you've got about a month or so, I believe, a month or less before leading into that. You recover well. What's in the books for you over the next few weeks getting ready for that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I actually I was kicking myself. I'd signed up for Oceanside, which was actually this morning, and I travel a little bit for work, and I always tell myself, if you're not 100%, there's no point in going to a race, especially if you got to travel to it, because your mind is really what controls what your body does. So it allowed me to get back to training, get a good training weekend here in San Antonio, and I'll change up some stuff, but really, it's not a whole lot of, I'm fit, I'm ready to go. It's just kind of like
maintenance.
Yeah, maintenance and progression. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Robbie, you had touched earlier when we were talking about your first experience as a triathlete, your first year as a in your triathlon, and your coach was there with you, and things like that. Give the viewers some feedback on your either first race or your first year, and what some experiences that made you realize, do I really want to continue to do this?
Yeah, that's a great question, Max, because a lot of us sign up for a race, and in my instance, I signed up for one. I was like, I can do this, and then I actually didn't do the first one I signed up for. I waited a couple months later, and then I was nervous. As open water I was afraid almost, and I had a friend who was a mentor who helped me out, so he was there with me. So he kind of, it's like, you know what, it's okay, you're gonna be fine. I hopped in the water, and I was asking myself, what am I doing here? And I swam the first 800 meters with my head above the water, and as I said to you, I think my run split was faster than my swim split. That's how. But I got out of the water, and I think you set yourself the goal of just finishing the first one and enjoying it, and I was hooked after it, because there's always something to improve on. As Wes touched on, your swim, bike, and run, and unless you're strong at all, you always have one. For me, it's my swim always that I have to work on. So.
Okay. And do you think beginner triathletes maybe put a little too much pressure on themselves in the first few races, rather than going through the experience and learning that on the experiences they have in those races versus, I want to perform in the first one?
Yeah, I think it's our mentality. We want to do good at everything we attempt. So I always would say, look, set realistic expectations. Go out there to have fun. And remember, a lot of times I tell myself when I'm not enjoying a race, is like, you decided to sign up for this to have fun, so remember that, and find yourself a good mentor and a good training group. That's really important. There's plenty out there, plenty of people that really are passionate about the sport that will guide you and help you, and I think that's very important to a lot of people. So
I got you. And so, just kind of real quick, you're a pro. Do you have challenges when you're in the field and you're training?
Most definitely, yeah.
So it doesn't just stop when you're a pro.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody out there has the challenges. The guys that are winning Kona, there's times that I'm having fun, and there's times where even San Juan, I'll be honest, there was a time where I'm like, I want to quit.
Gotcha.
But that's the nature of it. You gotta persevere and run through it. And my first one, not so much. I was nervous in the water, and gave myself a panic attack, which a lot of people do, and even for the first season I still had anxiety getting into water, but you figure it out. You learn how to better yourself, and definitely getting open water experience I recommend a lot of people, and do it with groups so you have people there with you. And I don't think the swim was around when I started, so something like that I definitely would have used my first
swim it?
Yeah, first year, because then I have I'm out there and you can be more comfortable. So
awesome. Well, great advice. We appreciate you meeting with us today,
yeah,
Robbie.
Thanks for having us out.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Guys, you can check out Robbie's race report, triathlete rankings, even to register for a race on www.satriathlete.net. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. I'm Mac Williams with San Antonio Triathlete.